head of Foresight Research at the charity Nesta Innovation Foundation for Social Good. A very good morning to you. Look, first of all, we talk a lot about sleep as a society and the lack of it and the health implications of this, but this discussion about it being linked to social inequality, this idea that it's the new frontier of inequality, what do you mean by that?
Well, I suppose that the pandemic provides a good example of this. There's a study that came out of the University of Southampton about a year or so ago that sort of compared people's sleep both before the pandemic and after it, and how much that sort of worrying was affecting their sleep. And they found that people from minority ethnic backgrounds, women and people who did shift work experienced sleeplessness a lot more than other people did. And this mirrors existing social inequalities.
So this raises the issue then of whether or not we should be protecting sleep as a sort of right that we're all entitled to. I know that this is something that's happened in India for lorry drivers. Do you think that you can see that happening here?
Well, I think it's certainly sort of an interesting development. There's been sort of moves by unions to push for the right to sleep by workers. There have also been some moves by employers as well to give things like sort of apps and wearables. But I'm sort of particularly interested in things like sort of the grassroots movements that are pushing for the rights to rest. So there's things like the Nap Ministry in Atlanta, which is sort of pushing against the current political and economic system and sort of see the right to rest as really important to that. And also, you might have heard of the lying flat movement in China, where young people are rejecting the 9-6-6 culture, where people have to work 9 till 6 days a week, and instead want a bit more free time, and perhaps they want to use a little bit of that to do some more sleeping.